So Ty Lue undoubtedly warning his ball club about a ball club that comes in here losers of 5 of the last 6, knowing they're better than a record of 37 and 39. Pacers on the 3rd game of a 3-game road trip. Their lineup brought to you by Hyundai. Jeff Teague has had a good solid year for them at the point, the X-Hawk. Monte Ellis alongside at the 2-guard spot, along with Paul George. We looked at him. Thaddeus Young has missed the last 2 games because of injury against the Cavs with a wrist, so he's back out there. And Miles Turner, of course, in the middle. Nate McMillan admits, said earlier in the season, I'm not a pleasant guy to be around when we're not winning. So I'm sure he hasn't been the friskiest coach in the NBA of late. It's weird because on the road, they have the largest differential of wins at home versus on the road, minus 15. Our Elk and Elk injury report, Al Jefferson with a sprained ankle, Glenn Robinson III with a sore calf, 2 key members off their bench they're missing. And of course the Cavs as well, certainly missing Kyle Korver. He got some shooting this afternoon on the floor, but not a specific timetable on when he'll come back, hopefully against Orlando or Boston on Tuesday or Wednesday nights.
You're right, and he's definitely a person that the Cavaliers sorely need. But this evening, the Cavaliers have to make sure that they play a much better first quarter against this team, Fred. The last 3 times we played this team, they scored averaging 32 points a quarter, and they have led after every first quarter. So defense will have to step up in this first quarter.
The Cavs try to finish these guys off in the regular season. 3 games to 1 if they can get it done. Scott Foster, our crew chief, along with Courtney Kirkland and Trey Maddox. Boston has already won, as you know, against the New York Knicks today. So the Cavs will try to hold serve here tonight, wearing those home whites. Right your board here on a Sunday night on Fox Sports Ohio. The Cavs will begin the 4th quarter with possession as well. Thaddeus Young guarding Kevin Love on the back cut. Ball snap. J.R. Smith, healthy 3. No, off the mark. He's been shooting well the last couple of games, though. Another chance for the Cavaliers. Kevin Love, see if he goes to the hook. No, he spins baseline and scores it. Folded.
The counter move. That's what that is to that jump hook, the counter move. Fall back, baby, it's good.
Maybe Thaddeus Young was thinking like I was.
Yes.
Here comes Teague, you know, such a good penetrator. Plays at such a great pace. Ellis has had a fine career against the Cavaliers. Always dangerous. Here comes Teague, short shot clock. Trying to create some space. Nice pass inside. They're going to run out of time. And the Cavaliers force a 24-second violation.
Defense showing up right away on the perimeter. Both guards didn't have anywhere to drive, so that forced everything. Kevin Love with the fall back, baby, from the corner.
Thaddeus Young took over for K. Love in Minnesota. And at that time said, I'm not trying to be the next Kevin Love. I've got to be me. Long launch. Love knocks it down. He's got the first points for the Cavaliers.
Coming right out aggressive, and that's what you have to do against this team. You got to keep them on their heels early because they have really played well in the first quarter against the Cavs.
They lost to Memphis and Toronto on this 3-game road trip. Reach-in foul on LBJ. Can't blame the lack of recent success, though, on Paul George. We showed you his March numbers. He's been absolutely terrific.
Yeah, he's been really off the charts in this month of March. LeBron trying to be a little aggressive with him. Crossover dribble. Gets the foul.
LeBron lifetime against George in regular season meetings, though, is 13-5 in terms of wins as the Cavs get it back.
A nice defensive pressure. It causes it forces the defense to play faster than they want to play.
Irving got it back off the tap by Thompson. Kevin Love. Thompson appeared to be locked up with Turner. No loose ball foul. Back come the blue shirts. George nudged. Great defense by LeBron James. And the Cavs control.
Yeah, great job of taking his space away that time.
LeBron inside. Spins it up. No, tapped up. Tristan Thompson says, I got your back.
LeBron James gets to the basket. No foul, but double T. I got your back.
First 6 points to the Cavaliers. They would love to race out to a big lead if they can. Don't need to be a disciple of James Naismith to figure that one out.
No, you don't.
Ellis, line drives at 3. Monte Ellis.
He shoots well against us, doesn't he?
Yeah, 20 points a game lifetime against the Cavs. He's had 5 30-point games against them in his career. But this season struggling with a shot, 31 from deep. But that was a confident stroke. 6'3", Kevin Love against Young. Stop sign applied. Got inside, great footwork. And he threw a foul.
Coming out with great energy, Fred.
Yep.
Coming out with great energy, and that's what the Cavaliers were doing in the first 30 games of the season. Coming out, and Love would bring him great energy in the first quarter, and so far, things are working just like they wanted.
Cavs are at a whole different level when he's drawing all that attention. We know that.
No, well, that opens up the floor now, because now you're going to double down on him, and when you double down, the ball moves, now you find the open man.
Who will ever forget his 34-point explosion against Portland? What an amazing night.
That was an amazing evening there.
One more coming as Teague gets his elbow looked at to get some bleeding stopped. With Josh Corbeil, their head athletic trainer over there. Teague playing back in his hometown of Indianapolis, where he grew up. Won a couple of state championships. So did his dad. So did his brother. How about that for a decorated basketball family? As you see, the Celtics with the easiest road to finish off the rest of the regular season. Of course, that huge game Wednesday night here on Fox Sports Ohio. Can't wait for that one. Don't want to overlook this one or Orlando, but that's a game that everybody around the NBA is going to look at. And keep in mind, the Cavs win the tiebreakers with Toronto and the Wizards, so the magic number to close those guys out in terms of standings, 4. Not that the players looking at it that way, but you fans can. 7-3. Turner on the screen set. Ellis. Turner blotted out by LeBron James. Teague sends a 3-ball off the back iron. Easy rebound for J.R. Smith.
The defense is really active, Fred. I like to see that.
LeBron allowed to cut. Blocked by Turner.
Oh, wow.
George got a piece of it, too. On the run, Thaddeus Young. As Doug Collins once called him, and Brett Brown, too. His former coach in Philly, a track star in a basketball uniform. He can really run the floor. Doug Collins still considers to this day Thaddeus Young one of his favorite players he's ever coached. LeBron couldn't get Turner to buy the pump fake. Ball in the hands of Love again. Very deep position, taking his time, and ran out of time. So Indiana gets it back.
Yeah, nobody told him the time. That's point guard's duty there. You got to always holler out how much time is on the clock, especially when you see a guy in a one-on-one situation like this. You start hollering that. First thing you look at is the clock and start hollering the seconds down.
Yeah, because there's no chance for Kevin to look at the other end to catch that 24 clock. Paul George flared out. Found him in a double team, knocked away by LeBron James.
Activity on the defensive end. I love to see it.
And giving the Pacers different looks right now. And Ty Lue's talked about that some defensive packages in the playoffs will be different than what they're showing in the regular season. Thaddeus Young in the breakdown there. So Young's got 4. He averaged 13 points a game against the Cavs lifetime. And this season overall, 11 a night. 7 apiece. Irving, one-on-one. On the blow-by, had to higher rainbow it over Turner. He didn't block it, but he altered it. Turner number 3 in block shots. Paul George to the hole, and it went down. So a good response by the visitors.
Yes, they come back now. Cavs got to play.
9-7. Young and Love continue their physical battle. We got a foul on Tristan Thompson on a arm hook on the screen set. Not a popular call here. Let's watch Tristan here. You know, use the right hand there with Ellis. What do you think?
Oh, boy. All right, okay. I'm just not used to this style of playing, that's all. In my day, that would just be play on, buddy.
That's a parking ticket your day. George on a thumper. Wow. That's an I-mean-it throwdown. 11-7. Hoping to get his guys going.
Yeah, see the
pocket pass to Thompson. Measures. Tipped up and in somehow by LeBron James.
LeBron James staying active.
Back on the Pacers, leading by 2. Teague behind the back. Turner within his range, missed a shot though. He struggled with a shot of late.
Yeah, it seems to be backing up when he shoots the ball from the times I've seen him.
So he's been battling fatigue and a sore wrist of late. Got an Indiana foul.
Both sides a little bit upset here in the first quarter with the calls, but that's the way it goes.
In fact, Turner, since the All-Star break, averaging just 11 points and 7 rebounds a game, but he's got a huge upside just at the age of 21, just recently turned 21.
I tell you, they missed, though, Jefferson.
Oh, yeah.
They missed Jefferson. I mean, Jefferson in the inside, he's almost automatic.
And Robinson, too.
And Ben Robinson, he was having a great season, too.
Slam dunk champ.
Yeah.
Kyrie rising and hitting that mid-ranger.
Kyrie doing a good job of getting his body together, going straight up through his shoulders and knock it down.
Ball stolen. Here comes JR looking for reinforcements. Looking for LeBron James, who gathered, missed it. Back up and down.
When in doubt, run the floor.
And look for the kid for Akron, as JR knew those thundering footsteps were coming. He loves to throw the high lob. That time, a good delivery on the mark. A no-look. Back in a moment. Cavaliers lead by 2.
Welcome back to the Q. Cavs with a 2-point lead over the Pacers here in the first quarter, and in honor of National Autism Awareness Day and month. Quicken Loans Arena announces that it's teamed up with Culture City to be the first ever NBA arena to be certified as sensory inclusive. Now, what does that mean? Well, look at this room that is located here in the Q, which is prepared to assist guests with autism, dementia, PTSD, and other similar conditions. The most comfortable experience possible while attending any event here at the Quicken Loans Arena. And guys, so many details. It's decked out, so very cool. But I encourage all to tune into our Cavaliers Live pregame show on Tuesday right here on Fox Sports Ohio, as I'll have a special guest, which will help to better understand what this quiet space sensory room is all about. Fellas?
All right, Al, thanks a lot. Darren Williams has long been involved in national autism awareness and the fight against it. Teague in the drop-off. Turner, foul line can, he hits it. So Miles Turner in his second year out of Texas gives him 14 and 7 a night.
Yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, Larry Bird really loves it. He's taken 11th overall in the 2015 draft. Spread floor for JR, thinking about it against George. Irving against the face guarding Teague, sends a 3, rips it out.
I think JR has to be more aggressive offensively against George. You got to get him thinking about more than scoring baskets.
That's a great point. George on the drive. Didn't look at the rim, surprisingly. Gave it up to Monte Ellis. That's what he wants to do, slash. Nate McMillan in the beginning of the season said, Monte, I need your game to evolve a little bit. Think more of three-point shooting. And Monte said, yeah, but my game is attacking that rim.
You're right, and that's who he is.
So he's got 5. Indiana by 2. Thompson to Irving. Run off the spot by Teague. Kristen got held. And a foul on Indiana on that high handoff attempt. Trey Maddox caught it. Non-shooting foul.
Going up over the top, and they just make sure that Tristan can't get up in the air. Paul George with the foul.
So it's his first foul. Pacers with their 3rd. Channing Frye checks in. So does LeBoy Allen on this side. Channing Frye, good close by George. And Allen with that rebound. Allen a good rebounder, good defender from the low post. This plays a solid game for them. See what he does with the ball in his hands. Teague, run off his spot. Almost walks. Turns, belted by Kyrie Irving. Threw it right back at it. Like a leather sandwich. Here comes LeBron James. Right down Euclid.
Kyrie, get that big stuff out of here. 15 apiece.
George was double teamed. Good rotation. Knock away J.R. Smith. Cavaliers again. Great defense. J.R. Does he look for LeBron again? No, this time it's Kyrie Irving. Now they're on a play. Kyrie against Allen. Puts him on rollerblades. Steps back. No. Ball pops out to the Pacers. Monte Ellis. Now in his 12th year out of Mississippi, where he played high school ball right into the NBA. Here comes Teague against J.R. Smith on a two-man game. Lesser two Eagles with him, even though he hit it, because he's such a dangerous driver.
Yeah, you don't want him penetrating at will.
Teague, a 36% three-ball shooter. Better than his career mark of 33. 18-15, J.R. gets it back.
J.R. Smith starting to get feel he looks more like himself every game.
Last couple of games, 8 of 15 from deep. Paul George answers. So a mini three-fest here, as George has 7. He's a 39% three-point marksman. Down screen for LeBron James from J.R. Smith. Kyrie turned that corner, and it dislodges, and it's off Irving. So it goes back to the Pacers. So a Cavalier timeout, but Kyrie Irving all over that shot of Jeff Teague, and it wound up in an easy one. 4-1 LeBron James, who's got 6 points so far. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. A difference of a 3-ball between the Pacers and the Cavaliers. LeBron James with 6 points so far. He's the subject of our Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Crisp Refreshing Coors Light, as he's trying to continue that streak, which is over 10 years old now, of scoring in double figures in consecutive games in the regular season. Assuming he gets it here tonight, and a pretty good bet, huh? It'll be 787, tying Hall of Famer and all-time leading scorer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And if he finishes that season, the season that way, he would have 793, which means he could catch Michael Jordan next season. Just a model of consistency. That's what it says, right?
That's what it is. That's bringing it every night.
Aaron Brooks checks in. Now in their rotation, as they let Rodney Stuckey go recently. Paul George off the bracket. Iman Shumpert out there, couldn't get that rebound. C.J. Miles on the floor did. George off the screen, a sidewinder, missed it. Whoa, unfortunate, unusual rather, for him to miss that badly. J.R. spins away from trouble. Fry, nowhere to go against Allen. Looking for a cutter. Thompson had to come to the ball. Kyrie wants a post up against Brooks. Takes him at him. Brooks bodied him up. Kyrie stays with it. Well defended that time by Brooks. Aaron Brooks only 6 feet tall and stayed his ground there.
Yeah, right now, the ball stopped moving. The Cavaliers got to continue to move the ball. I mean, they're starting to take all these challenges personally instead of getting the ball moving and then letting it go that way. Kyrie didn't get the call that time, so Pacers get the possession.
Little hand to the lower back by Brooks. Well traveled, playing for his 6th NBA team. Miles, streaky shooter we know, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, and that's one thing you got to be careful with him. He can come in and hit 5 threes and put this game out of reach quick.
He's a 41% shooter outside the arc. That's a career best. That's his 157th triple. That also a career best. Largest deficit for the Cavs. Right back. Irving on the post-up, missed it. Rebound to Allen. So Kyrie off to 1 for 7 shooting starts. Brooks, very offensive-minded as a point guard. George off the bounce. Good thing he's cold early on.
Yeah, you're right. Cavs got to get back to moving the ball.
Shumpert in the drive against Brooks. And drew that contact.
I mean, when the ball is flowing and they're moving, you get better cuts, you get better shots, you get a lot of good things happening. When it slows down and you got players standing around watching you, that's when things get bad.
So Shumpert will be at the line for a couple. A 78% free thrower this season. He's come off the bench the last 4 and gets that one. They support the Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center by donating baby items prior to the Cavs-Hawks game on April 7th. You can win a Cavs player signed item as well. For more information, visit Cavs.com/betterhabs. Meredith Griffin Wife of David Griffin does such a tremendous job with the better halves and this cause. So passionate about it. 2 perfect strokes for Shump. 24-20. 1:10 in the ticking first quarter clock. Lance Stephenson checks in. Newly signed a couple days ago. Makes his Pacer return. Miles for 3. He's got 6.
It's amazing how this game has gone. The Pacers have been averaging 32 points or more a quarter in the first quarter, and they own 27 now.
Yeah, you're talking about against the Cavs. As Channing Frye knocks down the 2.
Against the Cavaliers.
Yep, all 3 games. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird.
And the Cavs winning 2 of those 3 prior meetings, 27-22. Allen didn't even look at the rim. Stevenson most recently played with Minnesota. Brooks elevates, Shorts. Easy rebound for Frye. Stevenson, still a good defender. Remember, had a tryout with the Cavs back in February when he was looking for employment again. Played for 5 different teams since he left the Pacers. Irving, 5 on the shot clock. Channing Frye set his feet and buried it.
Yep, that's how you set him up. You make them all think that you're going down the middle.
Yep.
Frye goes to the corner and knocks it down.
Taylor's good defense, forcing the turnover. On the trap.
You see a lot of white shirts around the ball now. I like to see that.
That's who won the Cavs a championship last year. Got a technical foul assessed to Aaron Brooks. Picks up his 5th of the year. He's got 44 of those babies in his career. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of mouth, too. His mouth is getting himself in trouble.
Boy, if you go career technical fouls per pound, he weighs 161. He's got to be up there, right? Former Oregon Duck. He watched his alma mater go down last night in the semifinals.
That was a good game, though.
Sure was. First time since 1939, I think, in the Final Four. Final seconds, and that will finish the opening 12 minutes. So better defense for the Cavs, at least against the Pacers scoring-wise in the first quarter, although Indiana still a very healthy 58% from the floor. Meanwhile, the Cavs at 42%. But only down 1 after 1 on Fox Sports Ohio. Second quarter coming up next. A difference of 1 as we commence the second quarter in a sold-out queue here tonight. 140th straight sellouts here at the Q. Hey, just a reminder, if you happen to step away from the game, know it's always available anywhere you go on Fox Sports Go, presented by Metro PCS. Richard Jefferson has missed the last couple of games with a knee contusion. Out there to start the second quarter with Shumpert, LeBron James, Channing Frye, and Darren Williams. Miles with a soft touch.
You see, one thing that Jefferson allows him to do is switch more in the front court. Because of his size, the Cavs are pretty much level across the front court.
LeBron switched upon by Aaron Brooks. Darren Williams steps into a 3. And it was perfect. You knew it as soon as he let it go.
Yes. And he's starting to show more of his game as he continues to get comfortable with the Cavaliers.
Last 14 games, 50% from deep, 12 to 24. Stevenson backs out. No. Rebound to LeBron James. Those two guys, you know, have a history in the playoffs with each other. Williams again. In case you missed the other one, he says, here's what you missed.
Right back at you. See Williams, he's deep in the queue.
I said, Darren, if somebody turned to look at their phone, they shouldn't be doing it anyway. He says, okay, pay attention. 32-29. Stevenson on the stumble. Inside. Kevin Seraphin rolled it off. Usually pretty good around the rim, the big fella. Very good post player. LeBron spins away inside. He put Lance Stevenson in cement boots and an and one.
LeBron James says one thing. Whisper in my ear this time and see what happens. LeBron James coming down, puts him in the mixer. takes him straight to the basket. The cricket nose.
Engineer to amaze. Spin move. Remember in the 2012 playoffs when LeBron missed the technical free throws, Stevenson had the choke side, and the day after, LeBron was asked about a quote on Stevenson. He says, "I'm not even giving him the time. Knock it off." But Stevenson says he's thrilled to be back home, as he calls it, with the Pacers. This shot by Stevenson. Strong rebound, LeBron James.
Boy, is he pushing the pace or what?
I love it. Channing Frye, the trailer. LeBron against Brooks, who flopped. He's been called for that before. And out of bounds, Iman Shumpert.
LeBron is pushing that pace, and that's what I'm hoping that the rest of the team understands when they get rebounds. They look to get down the floor.
Just go. Cavs with 7 transition opportunities so far. Well, you talk about a mouse in the house. This is it right here. Aaron Brooks.
The true version of the words.
Looked like a wounded Oregon Duck. Good contest that time against Miles. And the Cavs control. As Laboyano was not able to reel it in. Channing Frye sends it. But you like how the Cavs got the ball down the floor. Got a holding foul on Frye on a rim run against Seraphin.
But I like the activity. When they get the ball off the board now, they're coming down the floor. They're not waiting for somebody else to get it. And really, LeBron's been the catalyst of that. Some other guys got to start pushing that ball when they get it.
That's what Ty Lue said on our Cavs Live pregame show, what he's most encouraged by, especially defensively, the activity the last couple of games. Brooks blotted out by LeBron James. Ball goes off the Cavs, retained by Indy.
Yeah, if he had shot that ball, LeBron might have caught it. Because he was right on him.
Or inhaled it, one or the other.
Right.
16 in the shot clock. Brooks will sometimes take circus shots. This time goes away. He was shumped.
He was shumped.
Iman Shumpert down the floor with Jefferson. RJ, no. Couldn't get it to go. He wanted a foul call. Got to get back. 4 on 3, 5 on 4 now. And Stevenson will run a play. He's run some point guard in the backup role before. Stevenson to the hole and scored it. You may recall his game here last year with Memphis. He had 17 points and a shocking Grizzly victory when they were missing most of their key players. The game, Mario Chalmers hit a game winner. 34-31 is the Cavs' advantage. LeBron hit across the nose.
Yeah, when Stevenson went by him, LeBron caught an arm.
And Stevenson with a hand check says, "Come on, Trey Maddox." But Stevenson, who grew up in New York City, he's viewed Larry Bird as a father figure, and now reunited. Back in a moment, Cavs basketball. Let's go back to the foul of Lance Stevenson a moment ago here. And, of course, LeBron and the Pacers have had quite a history. Stevenson will play you physically. And at this point, he was playing his best basketball as a Pacer and tried to get in LeBron's head at times. And, of course, the infamous blowing in the ear in the postseason of 2013.
LeBron looks like, is this guy serious?
Probably thinking to himself, don't you remember what I did with Deshaun Stevenson? Do the same thing to Lance Stevenson. Ball hit the bottom of the backboard. That is in play. All 4 sides are. Stevenson going to give up. Miles sends a 3-ball.
Yeah, they like to get down the floor and get Miles shooting that set shot that he makes so often.
He's got 11 points now. Last 3 games against the Cavs, averaging 14 a night. Sword locked it to 34. LeBron against Brooks. Inside, and he draws that foul. That's a switch that Indiana, I can't believe they want that.
They don't want that switch, Fred. They keep it, and the Cavs are smart enough to continue to put him in a situation where he has to help out. And LeBron, once he sees that, his eyes light up, and he just attacks him. There's not much he can do but just foul LeBron to the hoop.
Yes, LeBron's strong on the first one. Let's check in with Alec Clifton.
You know, it was a couple games ago, guys, that when you talk to coaches around the league, they'll tell you one thing about Ty is he's good at utilizing his guys and what he can work with, their versatility in a situation right now where he's putting Aaron Brooks in a pick and roll situation. That's what he's drawing up in huddles. He's telling the guys as long and as many times as you can get him in a pick and roll, take advantage, fellas.
Yeah, go to that well repeatedly.
That's old school there, baby.
Yep.
That's how I was taught to play the game. If they're going to switch, bad switching, you take advantage of it.
Until they can stop it.
Until
Right?
they stop it.
Stevenson, nowhere to go there. Ball swing to the corner. Brooks, pretty good shooter, but he missed it. Rebound, not controlled by the Pacers.
Well, again, he has to guard LeBron so much. It takes your mind off of it. You get caught in that switching time so many times. It makes it tough, Fred. It really does. It's hard to focus on all of that.
Darren Williams going to LeBron. Reclaimed by George. Skip feed to the corner. Good hands by RJ. Has to fire. Squares up. Looked at it, left his hand. Cavaliers get the bounce. Kevin Love back out there. LeBron on the cuts. Somehow got it to Jefferson. Plenty of time to get off a good shot here. As they spread the floor, Darren Williams takes it right at Brooks. And Aaron Brooks has to feel like there's a bullseye on his chest.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever he is, they're finding him.
They're finding him, and that's a tough situation to be in, Fred, when every time you look up, you are the center point on the defensive end of the floor.
Cold being in the eye of the storm, right?
Yes, and the storm's coming hard.
I didn't know you did weather.
Well, you know, I learned from Beth.
That lake effect hurricane. Darren misses the first of two. It's April in the OHIO, which means baseball season beginning tomorrow night in Texas for the Tribe. Corey Kluber gets the start. Indians Live will get you started at 6, followed by the first pitch with Matt Rick and Andre. And on the home of the Indians, Sports Time Ohio, beginning at 7. 36-34.
Bears need to get a little bit of a separation from this team with a couple stops and scores.
Stevenson cut off. Creating space. Missed it though. Rebound shared by the Cavs. Here comes Sharp. He'll push it.
Yeah, good to see him pushing the ball. That's what they need.
And not necessarily to score all the time right away in fast breaks, but now you got a lot of time on the shot clock.
Make them cover the whole floor.
LeBron's second option there, behind the back against George. Inside! Absolutely bruising the iron.
LeBron James with his version of the dance to the hoop.
So he's got that double figure streak continued. He's got 11. And Paul George is a supreme defender, keep in mind. Our AT&T high-speed replay.
Well, LeBron doing a good job of keeping his body under control. And once you let him get to that dotted line and he has momentum, this is going to happen 9 times out of 10.
And remember last year at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, Turner, the man on the right, actually blocked a dunk attempt by LeBron James. But LeBron says, try and block this. Here comes George. They score all over the floor, we know that. Takes it inside. Just almost impossible to guard this guy one-on-one.
Yeah, he's tough.
So the man they call PG-13's got 9. Kevin Love in a pick and pop. Sends it. Knocks it down. Good stroke.
Yeah, nice setup by Shumpert that time. He waited for the defense to commit to him and hit Love, and Love knocks it down, and he's deep in the queue.
Cavs were down 7. They lead by 5, so a 12-point turnaround. Miles got to the rack.
Man,
he's a problem right now. He's got 13.
Wow, wasn't for him, the score would be a lot different.
Yeah, Cavs will be up 16. You can't fool me, partner. Here comes Kyrie back on the floor. Gave it up to Shumpert. Tightrope walked that baseline. Miles with good activity, almost stole it. CJ back where he played, of course, with the Cavaliers. And a timeout. Stops the clock with 5.5 to go in this first half. Cavaliers leading by 3 over the Pacers. Yeah, Oscar applauding what Russell Westbrook has done, and he says he hopes he continues. He said it's incredible to watch. But Charlotte in deep trouble. Now 5 games under the 500 mark with that loss at OKC. Loose ball to J.R. Smith off the bounce. And he hit a tough shot as he squared up in midair.
But those are shots he likes. He is very good at shooting those last seconds on the clock shots, running away from the basket. Very good at that.
So he's been doing it as long as he can remember. LeBron James going to knock away. Easy steal for Kevin Love. Cavaliers spread the floor. LeBron James inside. With the easy bucket, he's got 13. Again, pushing the pace.
The defense is so active now that it's really starting to pay off for the Cavs.
Big settle for that one. Hustle play by Miles to give him another shot. Turner takes it. Nope. Back tap. LeBron says, okay, enough's enough. Back on the white shirts. Boy, LeBron has just been ultra energized here. Now he's got Teague on him. Goes right inside. Too easy. Another mouse in the house for LeBron James.
It's too many mice on the floor.
Somebody get the raid. Timeout on the floor. Cavaliers lead by 10. As the Pacers scurry into that timeout, if you know what I mean. Back in a moment, just under 4.5 to go in the second quarter. 48-38, a difference of 10, biggest spread for the Cavs with a 14-4 response. Our Wendy's game summary. Kevin Love so far with 8 points. He's 3 of 4 from the floor. Came out gunslinging early from the get-go. C.J. Miles has been tremendous for them. His return to the queue as he's given him 13 off the bench. He's only missed 1 of 6 shots. And LeBron James attacking.
LeBron is just unbelievable. I mean, he's done it everywhere. A little bit outside, but most of it has been attacking the basket. And he is legendary in his exploits.
That streak began, by the way, back in 2007. January 5th, as a matter of fact. Iman Shumpert with a clean block. Rebound, foot 4. And it goes back to the Cavaliers. Indiana not a very good rebounding team. They're 27th in the league, and that's been their hallmark under Frank Vogel in past years. Look at Shumpert on a clean leather wipe away.
That was a good hand. I tell you, Shumpert's hands are exquisite. He can really get in some tight situations and not get drawn call for the foul.
It is amazing, and the timing to go with it. Irving against Teague, jumps and hits.
Well, Kyrie had him right where he wanted him, at a standstill position, and knocks it down.
So Kyrie's got 5 points now. The lead is 12. That's where you put doubt in the mind of the Pacers.
That's exactly right. Now's the time to really finish him off good here in the quarter.
Teague looking for a whistle. He's fouled by Kyrie Irving. Who bodied him up. Got into the airspace of Teague. Ty Lue not certain about it. Watch it here.
No, I know why he called it. Because Kyrie was leaning with his chest.
Yep.
But he didn't hit him. He hit his defender.
That's something that Matthew Dellavedova does so well. In fact, Brett Brown has said on occasion, who coached him in the Australian team, that Della uses his chest as well as anybody in the league.
Yes.
Defending. And even Delly would have picked up a foul there as well. One more coming for Teague. Kids ages 5 to 14 can register now for the Cavaliers Academy summer basketball camps throughout Ohio and Pennsylvania. Every player will receive expert instruction, uniform, and a basketball as well. For information and registration, go to Cavs.com/Cavs Academy. So Teague makes it a 50-41 affair. He's got 6. And right back at you. Kyrie Irving drawing the foul from Ellis.
I can do what you can do.
As we've talked about many times on the broadcast, Kyrie really has excelled in that move at the three-point line.
Kyrie coming on, he can feel the pressure of the defender, and he stops on the dime, he goes straight up, and the defender can't stop his momentum.
Officials conferring. I don't know if they were talking about a 2 or 3. Yeah,
They're going to look at it.
They're going to review it to see if it was a 2 or 3. I thought it was a 2.
Yes, I thought it was 2 also.
But they will review it to make certain. And this is with the help of the replay center in Secaucus, where they will make that decision.
3 point.
Oh, it's three. Well,
Wow.
thank goodness for the replay in Secaucus.
You're right.
Boy,
Oh,
great,
yeah, he stopped from behind. He was behind.
great awareness by Kyrie.
Really behind. Kyrie said something to the ref. Yep. Kyrie had to say something to the referee because the referee wasn't paying attention.
So Kyrie with 3 attempts here, trying to get the trifecta that Teague just got. 2 more coming. He's clearly behind that arc. I thought I was paying attention, but I thought it was 2.
Yeah, I did too. Well, just by feel of the play, I thought the pick was set inside the line and Kyrie was past the 3-point line.
But he truly has mastered that. And gets all 3. So against the Pacers this year, he's 22 out of 23 from the line. Nothing personal, just business. 53-41. Paul George flared out, catch and shoot, and he gets it for 3.
But he's really on a tear. That last month of March, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, 27 a night.
Kind of went off on his teammates there a little bit after some of those games, but he himself was on it.
Kevin Love on a flare out. Yeah, Paul George questioned the intensity of his ball club in a recent loss, and then prior to that, he said, you know, when I get the ball a lot and I'm on a roll, people kind of think I'm ball hogging. And he was asked, well, are you talking about media, fans, or teammates? He said, no comment.
Whoa, that's an indictment for his teammates there.
Yeah, because he could have said no,
Right,
nothing in the locker room.
Exactly.
So,
well, you know, when he says that, Fred, you know the media's not calling him a ball hog. It's definitely in the locker room.
inside, Turner with the left hand, nice move.
They're tough, and they're a team that likes to attack that paint, though. They'll go in with George and Turner. They'll try to get inside.
53-46. Kyrie turned that corner. Renewing his battle with Teague. Facing the last couple of playoffs, last 2 years with the Hawks. Thompson had a dislodge. It's going to be a foul in Indiana. And Tristan Thompson will go to the free throw line for 2.
That's his second foul. A little over the top. Good catch by Double T. And, oh, man, yeah, he had arms flailing everywhere.
Yeah, it was the right arm. He went straight up, but the forearm on the right hand was what caused the contact and the foul. As Tristan gets the first, Indiana in the penalty. Hey, coming up in the next 72 on Fox Sports Ohio, the Golf Zone. Tonight after the game with Jimmy Hamlin. Blue Jackets slap shots. Monday at 7:30. Cavs at Magic. A big one Tuesday at 6:30. They're all big now. All coming up in the next 72 on Fox Sports Ohio.
Oh, yeah, it's time to stop talking about what you're going to do. It's time to do it now. Because before you know it, it'll be playoff time.
Blue Jackets right now facing the Capitals, trailing 1-0. Teague, nice stroke. More of a set shot, but he's always been efficient with it. He's got 9. 55-49. Pacers hanging in here after being down by 12. LeBron back out there. Goes at George. JR catching. Over Teague. Oh, if it ain't rough, it ain't right. J.R. Smith again.
He likes the hard shot. He had an easy shot. He's waiting for the hard shot. It knocked it down deep in the cube.
Paul George spun into double trouble inside the finish by Thaddeus Young. 58-51. I mean, for almost any player in the NBA, that's a bad shot that JR just took. But for him, it's how he rolls.
That's how he does it.
Kyrie got the angle. A bump from Teague, spins it up and in. But an offensive foul taken away. We'll take a look at that, but first, enjoy the artistry of one J.R. Smith.
He had an easy shot right there. He gets a tougher shot, a contested shot, and knocks it down.
And then let's look at the foul of Kyrie Irving. Boy, not a lot of contact, but enough.
Nope.
And Teague sold it. So Kyrie sits down with his second foul. Teague, mounted by Darren Williams. JR digs in against Ellis, winning that screen. Ellis off the bounce. No sir. Rebound to the Cavs. LeBron probing. Pocket pass to Tristan Thompson.
Throw it down, young man. Throw it down.
So Tristan's got 6. Back the other way. George and LBJ renew their battle. Step back, tough shot. Short. LeBron defended as well as anybody. Down the floor, touchdown toss on the money. LeBron too deep to shoot it. But Kevin Love threaded that needle. Over top of the linebackers. JR steps into one. At least they look good when he's leaving his hand now.
Oh, yeah. He shoots it with confidence now.
Getting his legs into it. 60-51. Cavs have a foul to give here. See if they use it. Single-digit shot clock. Maybe as soon as George makes his move. Turner off the bounce. Tough shot.
My goodness.
Great concentration by the young man. He's got 6. 60-53. LeBron skip feeding. JR from the corner. Rebound Thompson. Got to go back up and runs out of time. No bucket. Got an A for effort after the horn sounded to finish the second quarter.
Well, he did exactly what he should do in that situation. Shoot it to the square.
Our Jack Entertainment leading scorers. C.J. Miles with the boost we talk about with 13. Paul George with a dozen. LeBron with a very energetic 15-point first half, 7 of 11. As the Cavs hit 5 triples in that second quarter. And Channing Frye hit one of those. He joins Allen.
Channing, you guys take this lead into the locker room, but almost half the Pacers' points are coming from beyond the arc. How do you run them off that line?
You know what? I think for most of them, we've been pretty good deep, man. A lot of hands in the face of them. C.J. Miles has been shooting that ball pretty well this year. So I think for us, it's just doing our work early. You know, we've had a couple breakdowns. They've taken advantage of it. But I think overall defensively, our intensity is there. Could be better. And then we're a lot more active.
I'm going to try and sound like you right now, because as you told LeBron in that huddle, turn that barbecue on. When he turns the gear up, how do you guys take advantage as a team?
Get the hell out the way and catch the pass and make the shot when he passes it. But he's on a whole nother level, man. He's really inspiring us to get it together. You know, I think he's creating a pace for us offensively. Guys are playing unselfish, and we're shooting 51%. Now we get some stops, get out and run, we're going to be good.
Channing, appreciate your time.
Thank you for your time.
And when it comes to C.J. Miles from beyond the arc, LeBron saying in huddles there in the first half, turn his gas off. See if the Cavs can continue that in the second half. We'll be back with our Mazda halftime report next. Stay with us.
Cavs shot 65% from the floor in the second quarter, up to 51 now for the ball game. Certainly playing with a quicker pace, as Allie Clifton found out in our segment presented by Lake Business Products. She joins Jim Boylan.
All right, thanks, Fred. Coach, you talked about how well you liked the pace there in the first half. How were you guys able to find that as you continue it here in the second?
Well, we did a good job rebounding the basketball. Held them to one shot on each possession. Got out on the break in transition. We got some steals. We got some deflections. Our defense is much more active tonight. And when that's happening and we're creating those opportunities to get out, then we take advantage of them. We're one of the better teams in the league in transition.
Had a chance to talk with Channing about defending the three-point line a little bit better in the second. But a guy like CJ who can get hot from out there, how do you handle him?
Yeah, CJ, you know, he's got that thing where he comes to Cavalier land, man, and he's a Cav killer. But, you know, we just got to get to him. We got to be more physical with CJ. We can't let him move around freely along the baseline. And so we got to stay attached to him, put our bodies on him. And then when we need to, if one of our defenders gets clipped on the screen, we're going to have to emergency switch out there and get a hand up and contest his shots. We got to make him a little bit more uncomfortable.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Okay.
Guys, back out to you.
Yeah, Gary, great point, Coach, because C.J. Miles 5 of 6 shooting so far. Meanwhile, LeBron James has 6 of his last 7 that have gone down. It's our KFC bucket chart. What do you see here?
Right, when I see it, this is call attacking at the hoop, because you don't see anything outside of that. He's just dominating this team in the paint. And that is something that they haven't really done a lot of against the Pacers, is make them pay in the paint. They had 9 second chance points, Fred, and the Pacers not one in that first half.
LeBron #2 in the league in paint points per night. Been there all season long. Pick and pop action. Turner did not get the bounce. And LeBron's also been the second best in the restricted area in terms of percentage finishing, 76% behind old Kevin Durant. Kyrie flared out. Off the screen at Love No. Remember last time in here in February, Cavs led these guys by 12, just like, as they do now, or have in the first half, I should say. And the float goes by Young. And Indiana, you recall, came back and tied that ball game in the fourth quarter early on here at the Q. And then the Cavs get 6 triples to put it away. 60-55.
Well, again, this team is desperate, Fred, trying to make the playoff, and they are going to be hard to handle.
LeBron kept his foot on the floor and hit it after he righted himself for 2.
He had an opportunity to get a good gauge on what was going on, knocked it down.
So it'll give LeBron now 18 points. Here comes Paul George. Got inside. Good help out by Tristan Thompson. Irving 1-on-2. Short off the glass. Rebound to Thompson. J.R. Smith. No. Rebound again, Tristan. And was he fouled? No, an offensive loose ball foul on the Cavaliers. So a little too physical that time, getting the rebound.
The Cavaliers are active, though, Fred. I like to see the activity. J.R. trying to get in double T, trying to get into position to make the rebound, and gets a little too physical with Teague.
Yeah, no question about that call. Back on the Pacers. They've lost 7 straight on the road. They've only won 11 road games all season. Ellis sends it off the bracket. Easy rebound for Kyrie Irving. Pocket pass, Thompson in deep. Wisely give it back up rather than force. LeBron off the mark. Controlled by Indiana. Here comes Teague on that screen by Turner, rolled inside. Kyrie had to pick him up twice, knocked it away, and a foul on Irving. A little too aggressive, but did a great job defending the big man.
Yeah, trying to stay down there, and you can see he got an elbow in the neck area, trying to defend right there. Right there, he got hit in the neck area, but gets called for the foul.
Here comes Teague surveying and hits that 3-ball. So Jeff Teague with a dozen, averages 15 points a game, and the Pacers crawl back within 4.
They will not go away because this is life or death for them.
It really is. As Nate McMillan said, every game is life or death for us now. On the outside looking in, Kyrie off the bounce, and he hits it.
Kyrie trying to put him in that situation. It's an opportunity to come off the pick and knock it down.
So his 3rd field goal, he's got 10 points. Cavs go back up by 6. George inside to Young, feathered it beautifully. Thaddeus Young has 8.
The defense at the basket.
So Young 5 of 7 shooting has always been efficient. And has added the 3-ball to his arsenal. Got to guard him out there too. Irving. And a reach-in foul for Monte Ellis. Went right at him. The former Steph Curry teammate picked up the foul.
Yeah, trying to get inside. Kyrie is definitely, one man's not going to stop him from getting to that hoop.
Remember when Ellis said after Curry and Ryan, I just don't think it's going to work with us starting together in the backcourt. As Ellis on the reach-in foul twice.
Yeah. It's almost like he knew he was in trouble, so he just reached to try to get to the ball.
Hey, don't forget Jimmy Hanlon back tonight inside the Golf Zone. It's that time of year. He'll bring you highlights from this weekend's PGA tournament in Houston as everyone gets ready for the Masters. Plus, he'll have great tips to improve your game. The Golf Zone tees off after Cavaliers Live tonight on Fox Sports Ohio. Or you can catch it on the Fox Sports Go app, 66-60. As Kyrie now with a dozen. Teague turned the corner off one leg. Nope. Rebound on the flow inside to Thaddeus Young on the easy one. A rebound the Cavs were not able to control.
And miscommunication.
66-62. Cavs trying to win the season series with these guys. 3-1. Irving on the rebound. Loose ball into the hands of Monte Ellis. Cavaliers drop back. Ellis attacks anyway. Spotted by LeBron James. He got him a chase down. Here comes Kyrie back the other way. Thompson was fouled.
They're doing a good job of defending at the point of attack. LeBron says, get that weak stuff out of here.
13th chase down. That probably should have counted.
We're going to burn that one.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, get that off the reel right away. Get that out of the
Partner, we're on the film days anymore.
I know, yeah, right. That's right.
It's called the delete button.
Hit the delete button on that one right now.
Because I know you used to carry that film projector when you were a rookie.
I hated that thing. I tried to lose it several times, but it always found its way back to Cleveland.
Heavy mongrel. LeBron James on the miss. Rebound to the Pacers.
They're pushing the pace.
That's why they call the Pacers. As T got it deflected. A little more than 4 minutes into the second half. JR gets a solid screen by Thaddeus Young. Forces a switch. Young goes inside. Where they're going to count that bucket.
Oh, boy.
Indiana wanted a goaltend, and yes, they will count it. As they should. That was on the way down. So one shot and an and one possibility now as the Pacers continue to creep back within 2. Could be 1.
Yeah, at that time, JR kind of got himself in a bad position there with his back to the defender, to the offensive player. And you could almost see the referee, he wanted to call it anyway.
The guy won 3 high school state championships in Memphis, Thaddeus Young. He's got 14 all of a sudden now. 8 in this quarter.
And they're only down 1.
Kevin Love in rhythm. Nails it for 3 off that fastball from LeBron James.
Yes.
K-Love is 11. LeBron got tangled up with Paul George. Going to be a foul on LBJ. He was in a lock and trail situation with George off that screen.
You know what? That's a smart offensive play. Once you feel that arm in there, but here's LeBron, a nice pass over to Love. Love ready to shoot it deep in the cube.
But the Pacers already in the bonus situation. And we have more than 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. George kept it back. Settles for one and splashed it. Paul George has 15, and the Cavalier lead is 69-68.
Well, Cavaliers got to get back into playing some good defense again. That's all it takes.
LeBron turned the corner, gathering, puts it up and down, and a foul.
LeBron James. 2 people tried to stop him, but they tried to reach for the ball. And that's the one thing that doesn't stop him. When he turns that corner, you get Ellis reaching, you get George reaching, and all they get is an opportunity for a 3-point play.
What you guys used to say on the playground, you reach,
and teach.
Yeah, exactly.
I reach and I will teach, and that's exactly what happened that time.
So, Professor James at the free throw line. Not able to get it to go.
Can't get that free throw tonight.
1 of 4 so far. Cavaliers by 3. T threw up a medicine ball. Cavaliers try to control, but hustle rebound by Thaddeus Young.
Second chance opportunity. The Pacers didn't get any in the first half, but they're getting them this half.
George sizes up. Tristan Thompson draws that foul. Veteran move that time by George.
Cavaliers foul. Number 13, Tristan Thompson. His third personal.
So the 4-time All-Star will go to the free throw line here for 2.
And what LeBron is telling them now, quit complaining and let's play ball. And that's what it's all about now. You can't complain about every call.
It is funny how this game has resembled their February game here. Fighting back from that 12-point gap. And George gets the first. And the Cavs take on the Magic Tuesday at 7. All fans will get a Channing Frye bobblehead courtesy of Car Parts Warehouse. Tickets still available at Cavs.com/tickets. Cavs basketball is presented by Discount Drug Marts. George split the pair. So he's got 16. Cavs by a bucket. LeBron a two-man game with Kevin Love. They force the switch. George picking up Kevin Love, draped all over him. Kevin lost the ball on the spin move try. So Paul George won that battle. George off the screen. Rims it out. So he's 6 of 14 shooting. Slaps his hands in disgust. Open look. Kyrie Irving against Turner. Stays alive. Kevin Love set his feet. Short goal. Thompson got a piece of it. Enough the Cavs get another chance at it. LeBron James when they give up. Kevin Love from that corner. Still has his dribble. Off the skip feed to Irving. Plenty of time on that shot clock. Kyrie measures Ellis. Who wrapped him up. Kyrie off one leg. Tough shot, no. Cavs down to 48% shooting. Here comes George. Cavs know they cannot be too aggressive here, otherwise they'll send them to the free throw line repeatedly. Paul George wants it. Losing J.R. Smith, and he hit it. That was a J.R. type shot there. Paul George has 18, and the Pacers have wiped out that 12-point gap. It is tied at 71. We got a duel here at the Q. Both teams desperately want that W. We'll find out who gets it. Well, happy birthday, young fella. He's got the, there's a Darren Williams beard. I like it. Good look to him. Mature beyond his years. Let's take a look who's bringing the energy. Brought to you by IGS Energy. Both the superstars, LeBron James and Paul George, as the Rounders outscored at 19-18 in quite a battle.
Yeah, they both have been going at it. And again, George has been on a tear, and LeBron is always on a tear. So right now, it's a standoff right now between the two players.
Let's check in with Alec Clifton. Alec, what'd you pick up?
Guys, we've seen the energy, as you mentioned, from LeBron here, especially throughout the entire game so far. But Ty challenging the energy of everyone right now. He's not liking what he's seeing. Says we got to pick it up, stick together. It won't be easy, but shots like that certainly make it a little better, fellas.
J.R. Smith with an energizing triple. He's 4 of 8 now from deep.
And that's what it is. You got to play through. The Cavs have been used to games coming to them easy. Games are going to come hard from here on out. You got to get your mindset ready for that.
Paul George on the burst. Paddleballed it off the backboard. He was looking for a whistle, didn't get it.
It looked like he slipped. That's why he didn't get the whistle.
Irving got it back from J.R. Smith. Dislodged by Teague, and out of bounds it goes. So the Cavaliers with that turnover. Number 9 on the night. Indiana's coughed it up 8 times. I want to put these Pacers at the free throw line. They're 3rd best in the league in free throw percentage. Turner, no. Tapped up by Thaddeus Young, Cavs control.
Well, the Pacers have been taking care of the ball for the last 24 minutes. They hadn't had any turnovers. That's why they got back in the game.
Yeah, great point, which you have to do on the road. Kevin Love in a catch. Single-digit shot clock. LeBron knows it. And Kevin Love was hooked by Paul George.
Well, they're playing hard, but the Pacers are playing hard, Fred. And they're not giving up anything easy. They're making you earn everything.
Paul George.
Different style, different, really, philosophy since Frank Vogel left. As Larry Bird thought it was time for a new voice, and in stepped Nate McMillan, the associate head coach at the time, and Larry says, look, we've got to evolve. We've got to play faster. We've got to play with a spread floor.
Right.
And not the black and blue kind of basketball with rebounding and defense that they played in the past.
Sorry, Fred. Cavs have to be cognizant of where Miles is, Fred. You can't let him turn this second half into a Miles show.
Kyrie Irving, tough fall away. Tapped up by Thompson, but he was boxed off by Turner. We had a technical foul Assist to the Pacers.
Technical foul.
Nate
The head coach.
said that he's not an easy person to be around when things are not going well. And you can see he's pretty hungry out there.
Picks up his 5th tech of the season. The guy who was a no-nonsense, tough defender for the Seattle Supersonics back in his day. Watch the left side of your screen here.
Yeah, he's yelling. Yep.
And Trey Maddox says, okay.
I've had enough.
Yep.
The Cavs need every point they can get at this point. So if he wants to keep giving us points, let us have them.
So Kyrie's got 13 now. Cavaliers lead by 4. See if they can string together some stops. Teague. And the jumper goes. Jeff Teague with 14's a master at that high pick and roll, is he not?
Yes, he is.
One of the best in the business at that. 75-73. Because he's so dangerous at getting to the hole. Kind of clogging up. And now he's added that jump over the last really 3 seasons. LeBron takes his time. Had to fight it off. JR whirling to the screen. No, short. And the Pacers with a stop. Indiana's 15th in the league in points allowed per night. At 105.5. Lance Stevenson back out there. Making his Pacer second coming debut, if you will. And that time got to the rack.
That's what he does. That's what he does best, right?
75 apiece. Channing Frye, you saw him return to the ball game. Kyrie Irving against Teague. Couldn't shake him. 5 to shoot. LeBron may have to rescue this possession. Sends it up. Oh, the 9-1-1 call.
Well. When in doubt, let LeBron go deep in the cube.
So he's got 22. That's his first triple in 3 tries. Thaddeus Young always wants to get back to that left hand.
Ooh, boy, I tell you, he can do it too.
So if Thad Young has 16 points, and the Cavaliers call a 22nd timeout with 2:01 left to play in this 3rd quarter and nursing a 1-point lead. Pacers indeed playing like a desperate ball club. Going to take a break. LeBron James in the time of need with the answer. Cavaliers 78-77. Voted as the 3rd place team right now, as the Raptors have won 7 of the last 8 coming into the ball game. Meanwhile, Indiana watching the scoreboard, at least not literally, but their fans are certainly, with Chicago tonight leading and Miami losing right now in the 3rd quarter. Those 3 teams came into the night tied for the 7th and 8th spots, but Indiana loses a 3-way tiebreaker with the Bulls and the Heat. So they currently sit at number 9. Nate McMillan said before the ball game, we can only control our own fate. We have to try to run the table here in the final 6 games of the regular season. Cavaliers have other things in mind.
Yes.
Here comes Darren Williams back out there. Frye backs out. And got a rubber rim. Channing Frye with a soft touch. He's normally very good from the free throw line. He got it to go. So he's got 7, 80-77. Stevenson, the ball handler right now. He just learned the plays today. Was given the playbook. He's not actually going through a live practice with those plays. A different coaching staff. Teague said, rips it out. Kept alive. Thompson omnipresent with that rebound. His 6th board. Kyrie steps in the 3. The bottom. Big time bucket by Kyrie Irving.
Well, Kyrie was feeling it, Fred. You could see it. He couldn't wait to get that ball deep in the cube.
That took guts to take that shot.
Oh, yeah. That's confidence.
Yep, you better believe it. 83-77. Kyrie's been shooting the 3 ball so exceptionally well coming in the ball game. Last 9 games, 23 of 44, so over 50% on long launches. Stevenson, a lot of dribbling right now. Spins into a tough shot. No. Too much one-on-one play. That's
way too much. Well, he doesn't know the play, so I'm surprised he's getting this much time.
Kyrie Irving going astray. Had to give it up. Iman Shumpert rims it out. Funny though, in high school where Stevenson was a great player, his coach chastised him about not knowing the plays. He said, I don't need the plays. Give me the ball. I'm going to score. He literally told his coach.
Yeah, that's how he's playing now, though.
He wants a screen from Turner. Final seconds of the third. Bad dash to the hole. Spin stripped by Kyrie Irving. Well, Coach.
Well, Coach.
What's the play?
I don't think he knew the play.
He wanted a foul, didn't get it. Well, Cavaliers get 6 points of breathing room. Off some good D there. Head to the final quarter, leading the Pacers. Here comes LeBron James. Right down Euclid.
D. Williams, he's deep in the queue.
Pocket pass to Tristan Thompson.
Throw it down, young man. Throw it down.
Cavaliers trying to beat these gallant Indiana Pacers. Both teams shorthanded tonight. Shooting percentage almost dead even. Cavaliers with one more triple make as we start the fourth quarter with Darren Williams, Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, LeBron James, and Iman Shumpert. Aaron Brooks out there on an Indiana foul with Miles, Allen,
Indiana foul.
Thaddeus Young, and Lance Stevenson.
Cavs come out right away, Fred, trying to mix up the defense, moving that basketball and moving bodies right away, and they get the foul.
Feeling what Stevenson would play 12 to 15 minutes. He's played 11 so far. LeBron James flared out. Squares up. The bottom for three. 3-0.
I think somebody forgot about LeBron that time.
Kind of hard to forget about it, didn't he?
Right. They left him there and gave him a chance to measure the shot, and he knocks it down.
Miles back the other way. Off the run, no go. Cavaliers suddenly now have a 9-point lead. Darren Williams takes it inside against Aaron Brooks.
Well. D. Williams comes down. Now you see me, now you don't. I'm on the other side for two.
Good thing Aaron Brooks doesn't have his feelings hurt. They've been going at him all night long when he's been out there.
You're right.
One and done here.
Pushing the pace.
Williams, LeBron James steps into it. Rims out the crowd. Wanted to go crazy. That one had gone down.
They were getting ready to explode.
11-point gap. Here comes Brooks, the ultimate water bug. Thaddeus Young, right back to Brooks. Picked up by LeBron James. Size up the situation. Gave it up to Lance Stevenson, line driver no. Tapped up by Young, and Channing Frye with a rebound.
Good aggressive rebound by Frye that time.
Richard Jefferson had to give it up. For his Arizona Wildcat buddy, Channing Frye for three. Timeout. Again, similar to what happened the last time these two teams hooked up. Cavaliers going long distance on them in the fourth quarter.
It's amazing. That time Jefferson did a good. Well, here we got back from Williams to LeBron. The Cavaliers on a roll, up by 14.
They scored 13 straight points. Back in a moment. Sun City on our great city. We are indeed in the month of April, springtime, which means LeBron James time. He's got that body clock, which gets into fast forward mode this time of the year. He's got the Cavs in the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia.
Yeah, LeBron's done a great job, Fred, of pushing the pace and keeping the Cavaliers aggressive. And that's what I like about it. And you can see his teammates are starting to push the ball a little bit more now because the Cavs know who they are. They just have to start playing like it.
His 39th double-double this season. With each passing one, he sets a new single-season personal record at just the 3 assists away from a triple-double. Miles, nice look inside to Allen. So LaVoy Allen gets on the score sheet. 91-79. No changes for Ty Lue out of their timeouts. No miscommunication there. Off the turnover, here comes Stevenson. Had to give it up. Aaron Brooks finally shoots one, missed it, tapped it up. No! On the way down, Channing Frye, he was fouled.
I like the physical play in the paint by Frye. He's got to start doing more of that. if you're going to be 6'11" in there, you got to be 6'11". You can't be 6'5".
Watch it again. As Brooks tried the tap in. And then the strong rebound. So Fry, 4 rebounds away from a double-double himself. LeBron James had it dislodged, almost tapped it in. And he'll shoot a couple.
They really worked that pick and roll well. I mean, D. Williams and LeBron, you can tell they've played together before because, man, they really look for each other on that pick and roll.
And that's really happened since Darren came over from the Dallas Mavericks after he was waived. Playing in now his 15th Cavalier game. And LeBron gets that bouncer to go. Looking for point 27. Cavs will host Orlando Tuesday night, 6:30 Cavaliers Live pregame. And then Boston in what could be the game of the year in the Eastern Conference Wednesday nights on the parquet floor.
That's why they can't overlook the Magic. They have to be ready for that game so they go into Boston with momentum.
Last week, Orlando had a chance to beat Boston at the buzzer, but
should have
Elfrid
beat
Payton
them.
missed the layup.
Yep.
They led a lot of that game. Brooks off the glass. No. Rebound. Good work by LeBoy Allen. Plus he was fouled. LeBoy Allen has 4. Former Temple Owl will try to complete the N1.
His first. Team's first.
Yeah, they've really, since the first quarter, first quarter, they have really stretched the lead of points in the paint on the Cavaliers. They've really done well scoring in the paint.
Allen, 28 years of age, did not get his driver's license until 5 years ago. He grew up in Trenton, New Jersey, and went to school at Temple, or he used public transportation.
Okay.
He finally got his wheels. 92-82. LeBron stays with it twice, and he was fouled. The persistence paying off. And he'll shoot a couple.
Yeah, LeBron got inside on CJ. Wasn't much CJ could do about that one.
Number 0, C.J. Miles. His first. Team's fourth.
First shot was blocked cleanly by Miles, but the second attempt fouled. So back to the line for free throws 7 and 8. Gets the first. And the second.
Yeah, you can tell his focus is there on that free throw now. The ball's leaving his hand much better than it was in the first part of the game.
So he's got 28 points. Cavaliers by a dozen. That was their biggest lead in the first half. Paul George back out there. Off the bounce. Got it.
He's really smooth and playing well now. He doesn't rush anything.
No, Kevin Durant says Paul George is his favorite player to watch in the NBA. Dwayne Wade said he's so smooth. He said most players in the NBA would love to be as smooth as Paul George. Pretty high praise from 2 future Hall of Famers. Catch and shoot. Deron Williams on the miss. Looked good, but left his hand halfway down. 10-point game. Bunch of time left.
Oh, too much time for me.
You got to be somewhere?
No.
George.
I want this win.
I know you do. I know you do. So does all of Northeast Ohio.
Well, it sets up the one more game before the Boston game, and that is what I think that will pick the Cavaliers season. But you see Paul George getting inside. But this little stretch right here, Fred, will really put the Cavaliers back into thinking of themselves as being who they are.
Paul George gets the first. So he's had 7 straight games of 20 or better. So mixed twice, 94-86. And we've got a Paul George on your side. You're always in every ball game.
You always have a chance.
Lance Stevenson giving LeBron a lot of room. Williams right back inside of 23. Lance Stevenson lost it.
And you know what? They run run the pick and roll so many different ways, it's hard to really settle on how to defend it.
So give LeBron 30 now for the 20th time this season. Cavs are 16-3 when he gets that number. Miles thuds one, but he was fouled. So he's going to shoot 3 times.
Foul 23, LeBron James. His third.
Just free throws 10, 11, and 12 for Indiana. And Miles will toe the line.
3 shots. C.J. Miles.
Yeah, LeBron right on the arm, on the off arm at that.
So CJ gets the first. Certainly enjoyed his time with the Cavaliers.
The pick and roll gives LeBron opportunity to elevate. And when you give him an opportunity to elevate, you know exactly what he's going to do with it.
His problem here was staying healthy. Spent 2 years with the Cavs, you recall. So the trifecta for Miles. So Indiana 11 of 12 from the line. That's keeping them afloat. 96-89. CJ was 16. Tip pass. Channing Frye couldn't get it to go. Cavs led by 14, but Indiana clawing their way back again. They trapped Paul George. Extricated himself. Tough shot. No. Back tap. Pacers another chance. Miles with the opposite hand. Switch back to the left and score. That's a scorer's bucket there. Miles has 18.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He came out in that first half. Now he's starting to get it together here in the fourth quarter.
His season best is 23. Pacers within a handful now. Kyrie Irving's going to get ready to check back in. Long launch. Short by Darren Williams. Controlled by the blue shirts. Stevenson. Weaving and bobbing. And missing. LeBron James the rebound. Good thing those LeBron James shoes
Stop on the dot.
have suction cups at the bottom. LBJ and CJ Miles. Eyeball to eyeball. Rises. Shorts. Belongs to the Pacers. Cavs as a team shooting 47%. Indiana 46.
And it's getting ready to get tight again. If the Cavs can't come up with some stops here, it's going to get a little tighter. You have to really focus on that defense in the remaining parts of this game.
Miles flared out off a screen. Got it.
Yeah, you can tell.
So he's got 21. 2 shy of his season best. As he continues his superb night. 7 of 9. 4 of 6 from deep. And the Pacers. 8 straight points. 96-94. A difference of 2. Like that bad song from the 80s that won't go away in your head. The Pacers still staying there too. Our Spitzer Auto Stores game summary. Kyrie Irving with 16 points so far. He's hit all 7 from the line. Paul George been pretty efficient tonight. 8 of 17 for 22. And the Cavalier bench, 21 points off the pine here tonight. But Miles has reached that number himself.
You're right, and that's the key. That's why this game is still close. But watch this moving screen right there by LeVoy. And the reason probably why they didn't call it is because he didn't turn. He stayed square to the defender. So I guess the referee felt it was a legal screen, but he actually was moving on the screen.
So Irving back out there with Love. LeBron James, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, starting 5, back together. LeBron one-on-one against Stevenson. Goes right at him. Inside, draws the foul. Wasted no motion there. As Stevenson got no help. And LeBron James will go back to the free throw line. So the Cavaliers now, as Indiana did in the third quarter, getting to the early bonus in the fourth.
Stevenson wasn't even trying to guard LeBron. He was just reaching and holding and hoped they didn't get the call.
LeBron James.
Yeah, hope defense doesn't normally work.
No, it doesn't.
They've got to cash these in as Ron gets the first. Hey, today is World Autism Awareness Day. Many arenas will be lit up blue, joining iconic landmarks to support Autism Speaks Light It Up Blue campaign and the 70 million people affected by autism worldwide. To learn more, visit nbacares.com. So it's been a great NBA initiative. 98-94, so LeBron continues to pile up the points. He's got 32. But it's this end of the floor they got to get back to now. George running off a screen. Missed it. Rebound to the Cavs.
Cavs kind of mixed up the defense that time. They put double T on Stevenson that time.
LeBron James against Brooks. See if he backs him down. Got it back and a give it to go, and Brooks flicked it out of bounds. LeBron telling Kevin Love wanted the ball a little higher there.
Jeff Teague returns for Indiana.
So 9 seconds on the shot clock.
How about Brooks?
Ball swing to Irvin against Teague. Good defense. Tristan Thompson has to take it. Soft touch, rolls out. Back come the Pacers in a 4-point differential. Under 5 minutes to go. Nate McMillan. His play call for Paul George. Off the high pick and roll. Weak side toss to Miles. Finally missed one. Rebound to the Cavs.
Perfect box out that time by the Cavs. All white shirts let the ball hit the floor first. That's perfect rebounding technique.
7th rebound for Kevin Love. Got away from Paul George. Takes his time, but he traveled. Trying to gather himself. Goes back to Indiana.
LeBron goes over the top. Love tried to get himself to go in there.
Well, they let Paul George play quite a bit on that exchange. Out high and down low. Here comes Teague. Well timed the pick and roll action. Turner inside. He draws the foul. So Miles Turner will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
It looked like that was on the floor.
Unless
right
they
there, he wasn't going to the hoop.
Scott Foster may be
Yeah,
overruling that. Discussing it with Courtney Kirkland.
He hasn't even gathered.
Now they're going to stay with the 2 free throws.
The second personal. Team sports.
LeBron James telling Courtney Kirkland the same thing happened to him in Chicago. Didn't get the call. Different set of eyes, though, that night. As Turner gets the first. Hey, what will the Q look like over the next decade and beyond? How will it compete for major events like NBA All-Star Week? Check out all the info and the images at the QTransformation.com. One more coming for Turner. So he's got 8 points now. Just 3 rebounds for him. But Indiana inches back within 2.
The Cavs need execution now on this end of the floor.
Sweaty Paul's time here at the Q. Skip feed to the corner. LeBron James. And he was fouled. Not a good one that time by Lance Stevenson as the Cavaliers back to the free throw line.
Lance trying to pin him in the corner.
That's just not good awareness of the foul situation.
Right. Well, on top of that, when you get a guy in the corner like that, that's
that's the extra
baseline.
defender, right?
The baseline is your friend. So why reach across LeBron like that, pin him to that baseline, and let him have him there?
LeBron misses the first of 2. This will be his 12th free throw tonight. As Stevenson sits down with 5 fouls, 4 points. It is Indiana return. There's a sign with Charlotte turning down an offer from Indiana as LeBron misses a pair.
Well, I tell you, this is becoming a problem tonight.
Cavaliers 19 of 27 from the line as a team. That's 70%. Normally they're just about 75%. They've lost a couple of games this year because of free throw shooting. Teague sticks the 3. Man, Indiana takes the lead 99-98.
Well, I tell you, it's amazing how Cavaliers just let teams get back in ball games like this.
LeBron turned the corner. Irving against Teague. Had to give it up. LeBron sends it. Nope. Rebound weak side. Thompson couldn't control, but kept it alive for Kevin Love. Pass inside of LeBron James, all because of Tristan Thompson's relentless work.
That's right. Second effort by Double T kept it all alive, and the Cavaliers get the lead back.
199. Some deep gulps of Northeast Ohio air. Cavaliers with it now. Down the floor. Nate McMillan was all the way across the timeline, and none of the officials saw him.
I know, I never seen
What happened to that coaching box? Irving, Love squares up, it's off.
Yeah, you could tell that was off.
2:45 and a ticking fourth quarter clock. Miles has been a headache tonight. No. Rebound. Turner couldn't control. Cavaliers get it back.
Oh, they got to break that time. Miles usually makes those type of shots.
He's better with his feet set, so they had him leaning, although he hit a leaner earlier. Couldn't get it to go. Can the Cavaliers hang on with more plays like that? Yes. Back in a moment. Tied for the second best home record in the league at 29-8. 20,562, trying to help the Wine and Golders to the victory column here. They led by 14 in the third quarter, but Indiana twice has come back from double-digit deficits in this game.
You're right. It's been a game of runs up and down both teams.
LeBron James will run this offensive set with the starting five on the back cut. Inside! Oh, Ty Lue, you just drew up a Mona Lisa.
Ty Lue coming out of timeout. He gets the right people in the right spot, and LeBron James goes down.
102-99. Here comes Ellis. Turn in the corner, back out there. He sat for quite a while. Paul George, one-on-one challenge for LeBron James. George created space. Oh, and he got it to go. The proverbial shooter's touch. Paul George has 24. Indiana down one. Under 2 minutes to go. LeBron forced the switch. Picked up by Ellis. Shot clock a problem though. JR puts it on the wood. Touch toss. Shumpert back out there. Threw it away. Here comes Indiana on the run. Jazz were too unselfish that time. Here comes Paul George. Looking for a whistle, didn't get it. Miles set his feet. Got it. He has absolutely killed him tonight with a season-high 24. Indiana leads by a deuce.
Boy, I tell you, turnovers at the wrong time.
Just cannot do it.
He can't do it.
Not with a game in the balance.
Man.
120 and ticking. LeBron wanted that screen. Kevin Love. Back to the King. Against George.
Can't get tentative now.
Drive it inside. Pass deflected out of bounds. 2.3 in the shot clock.
And now is not the time to get tentative.
And Ty Lue wants a timeout here. With a couple of seconds left on that shot clock. Indiana with a 10-4 response here. As Irving stayed at the top, and then LeBron James downstairs on that perfectly run play.
Yeah, Teague was going to help, but he saw Kyrie stay out there, so he had to go respect that. And that left George with LeBron already behind him.
So what are you expecting here with the really skinny shot clock?
Well, oh boy, it's going to have to be a quick hitter. I would probably go with JR or Kyrie, a quick hitter hitting shot. But they put themselves in a bad position for it. I mean, they should have never come down to this.
Remaining schedule. This closes the regular season. Orlando here Tuesday. The big one in Beantown on Wednesday. Then a back-to-back with Atlanta. And second night of a back-to-back against Miami. And then Toronto on Fan Appreciation Night here to close the regular campaign. But the significance for the Cavaliers, the 103 that lies ahead right now as they trail by 2.
A very important minute and 3 seconds I think, for the Cavaliers in this little, trying to get a run going before the season ends. It's a very important time.
LeBron James has scored the last 12 Cavalier points. He's got to get some help here. See if they can get something around the rim. Maybe with LeBron or perhaps even a Kevin Love here. Now they switch. Miles picks up J.R. Smith. And Kyrie Irving drawing the contact. Boy, the Cavaliers catch a huge break. Or are they just saying the ball's out of bounds? No foul.
No foul.
So 1.9. Nice knockaway by Monte Ellis. Great hustle.
He gave his body up on that one.
Still time to get off a bounce and a shot. Inside LeBron James. The fall away. Off the glass. Knocked it down. 9-1-1 style again. And we are tied.
Well, it comes down to defense now. Cavaliers are trying to get themselves more in tune to defense. They got to play it now to win this ball game.
Again, Cavaliers come up with something, make it out of nothing as LeBron James getting the bucket.
Yeah, right. Over the top. Again, Paul George kind of fell asleep on that one. Then LeBron able to knock it down.
So Nate McMillan's turn now to draw something up. As you see the timeout situation, Cavs down to 1 now. Indiana still with 2. Cavs have led most of this ball game, but it doesn't matter now as we're deadlocked at 104.
You're right. It's been a game of runs. You knew both teams had it in them to come back. You just didn't expect it to happen the way it's happened because I thought the Cavs would have enough to put this away, but unfortunately, C.J. Miles has been on the floor tonight.
He's got 11 fourth-quarter points. He's one of those guys we know from his days with the Cavs. If he gets into that comfort zone, finds an early groove, he's a scoring machine. He's knocked down 5 of 8 triples, and again, his season-best scoring here tonight.
Yeah, you don't want him to end up with the shot on this particular play. You got to defend him regardless of where he is.
But LeBron James, over the last 8.5 minutes, has all the Cavalier points. So you got to figure Miles or Paul George would be the choices 1 and 1A for Nate McMillan. But Jeff Teague certainly is a major factor in these situations.
You don't want to give up a 3 here. Whatever you do, you try to stay away from the 3.
Next foul will put the Cavs into the penalty. So do not have a foul to give here with 1:01 left. See what Nate McMillan has cooked up. George and Teague in a 2-man game. LeBron fought through that screen. Focuses in on Paul George. Dancing with it. Nice crossover, deadly move. Missed it, rebound to Shumpert.
Yep, every time he's did that fallback move tonight, he's missed the shot.
Here come the Cavaliers. LeBron James with a rock. 101 now with Paul George. They force the switch. LBJ picked up by Teague. Snaps a pass to Kyrie Irving along that baseline. Inside Thompson. Tough traffic. He was fouled. So Tristan Thompson will go to the free throw line with 26 seconds left and a chance to put his team in front.
The Cavaliers got a little opportunity that time trying to get around and find the open man. Kyrie did a good job. They cut him off on the baseline, but he found Double T. Double T gets fouled going up. 2 important free throws for the Cavs.
Remember a couple years ago, he won a game at Washington with about the same amount of time on the clock with a couple of free throws. Missed the first. One more to try to take this lead. Be tough for the Cavs to count on another full possession the way the clock is now.
That's right. You want to get the point here and get a stop.
Cavs 5 of 9 from the line in the fourth quarter. Hopefully it will come back to bite them. No, missed them both. My goodness. So we're still tied. And Indiana now with a chance to potentially win this ball game.
It's going to be tough now because Cavs defensively going to have to really keep everybody in front of you now. You cannot let anybody have dribble penetration now. You cannot do that.
65% free throwing for the Cavs. It cost them a game here against San Antonio. As the hopes dashed, they lost a home game here to Chicago. When you shoot below 70%, those are valuable points you're leaving at the line when you normally shoot 74.5%.
You're right.
So right now, just got to forget about it. Get a stop. If you don't get the ball in time to score, then take your chances in OT. But got to try to slam the door here. You think it's Paul George again in an ISO?
Oh, you know that. They're going to let him go one-on-one. Cavs got to be very diligent on how they handle that, too. Because if you give it up to C.J. Miles, if he gets up to C.J. Miles, that's going to be a three.
LeBron James went over in gamesmanship. I think he had a little discussion with Lance Stevenson. He said, wearing a grin as he heads back down the floor. He went right over to the Pacers bench. All in the heat of the moment. Irving, James, J.R., Shumpert, Tristan Thompson out there. Here comes Paul George against LeBron James with a game of the balance. 20,000, 562 on their feet. Shot clock at 10. George gonna try to take it all the way down to the nub. Got that high screen. He was double teamed. George gave it up to Turner. Sends it. No! We've got bonus basketball. No, 1.3 left. So the Cavaliers will have a chance. Let's see if they put any time on that clock. Shows 1.3.
It's the repetition of affirmations.
The Cavaliers doing a good job of putting pressure. They blitzed the pick and roll, so George has nowhere to go. And Turner really didn't want the shot at first. And then he realized he had to take the shot, and he shot it. Came up short. He didn't want that shot.
In the din of the noise here at the Q, couldn't hear the timeout call, and the Cavs were able to get that TO called. Let's see what the clock shows. As Kyrie let it fly. So 1.3, certainly time to catch, even a dribble. To try to rescue this one. So Kevin Love to trigger it here. Shumpert stays out there with Irving, James, J.R. Smith, and K. Love. Over the top. LeBron got tangled up. Out of bounds it goes. And indeed, we go to overtime. So the Cavaliers will go to the extra session for the fourth time this year. They're 1-2 as you get another look at it. And a wrestling match between LeBron and Paul George. Meanwhile, Indiana is 4-1. A year ago, they were 1-7 in these extra sessions. So let's go to overtime here as the Cavaliers and Pacers in quite a duel here. Cavs led by as many as 14. Pacers' biggest spread was 7. Maybe it's a Kyrie Irving time. Remember, he was the overtime hero in Washington when LeBron James had fouled out in D.C. back in February. So far tonight, he's got 16 points.
Right, and he's poised, I think, now to make a difference in the ball game because the way things have gone for Kyrie, he hasn't shot the ball as well as he normally shoots the ball. So maybe it's time for him. He's missed the fourth quarter anyway, so now he can become Mr. Overtime.
But how about this? Since the year before LeBron James began his pro career, Cavs were two of the best in the business in overtime scoring with Kyrie and LBJ.
You know, the one thing that's going to be important in this part is defense. The Cavs cannot play Ole defense. You cannot do it. You've got to keep everybody in front of you, and you got to pick and rolls. You got to play very aggressive.
And make free throws.
Well, that too is a problem that they've had this evening.
They've missed 10 at the line. But LeBron scoring the last 13 points. See the overtime records. Chased down by Kyrie Irving. Cavaliers begin the overtime with possession. Teague stays attached. Irving gets a rescreen from Thompson. Rolls inside and finishes.
He caught him sleeping that time. Turner didn't know what to do. He got caught in limbo. Double T throws a hammer down.
Tina Turner couldn't have stopped that dunk. 106-104. Here comes Teague. Two-man game with Miles Turner. Teague still with the basketball. Shot clock, a problem. Thaddeus Young looked up at it and coolly and calmly knocked it down. How about that play for Thad Young?
My goodness.
He knew the clock, took a look at it to make sure. And his heartbeat didn't skip a beat. 106-106. Thompson to a baseline cutting LeBron James. Out of bounds it goes.
A little too tight area that time.
Let's go back to the first Cavalier bucket. With Thompson rolling right to the rim.
Yep. They got a little confused on who's going to cover who.
Now Indiana will try to take the lead. Paul George. Stops it down, LeBron James. Shadowed it. Here comes Monte Ellis on a flipper. Wide left. Only the sixth shot from Ellis tonight. Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving. The bottom for three.
When in doubt,
It's his time.
that's his side of the floor, too. Deep in the tube.
From that Kyrie Irving famous, the shot spot on the wing. George no. Followed in by Ellis of all people. Monte Ellis went up the ladder to get it. 109-108 Cavaliers.
The one thing the Cavs are going to have to do is put bodies on people when the playoffs start.
Here comes Irving to the hole. Inside to Thompson on the spoon feed. 111-108.
And the Pacers have found they can't play to handle that play.
Back the other way. The rim didn't like the taste of that one. The Cavaliers get it back.
But the high pick and roll, the Pacers have trouble with that.
Here comes Kyrie. Squares up. Tough shots. Couldn't get it to go. Back comes Ellis. Being tracked. And a foul on the pass. So the Cavs get a break. Foul before the shot. As LeBron James and J.R. Smith converged on Ellis.
His fourth personal, first foul.
But Kyrie Irving keeping one eye on Turner, the other on Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, but that's not a good eye because Double T throws the hammer down.
So 2.5 left to go in the first overtime. Cavaliers lead by 3. Well, if you remember the old Coldplay song, X marks the spot, that right wing that Kyrie has made famous in the playoffs against Detroit, no one will ever forget the shot that won it in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. This year against the Houston Rockets in the final minute of play. And then in Washington, same spot, almost same time, same result. You think he feels comfortable from there?
That is his spot on the floor right there. When he gets in that spot, he doesn't think about anything but making that shot.
That's calling having a great video library. As our crew came up with that, really putting that together a couple of weeks ago. And now in perfect timing, Kyrie drains another.
Now defense has to step up. Attack the pick and roll and don't give them opportunities. Make them have to back out. Don't come around that corner ready to attack the basket.
LeBron James blew up that screen. Here comes Paul George against Kevin Love. Man at the top, still finished it. Went through the shot block attempt, and Paul George thought he was fouled. Kevin Love bore the brunt of that contact. 111-110. Kevin now across the timeline. Here comes LeBron turning the corner. J.R. Smith off his head. Got to shoot it. Off the bounce. Up top. No time for a pass and a 24-second violation.
Boy, but they didn't look solid there, Fred. It looked like they were confused at running what they had to run.
Kevin Love got hit in the face, still feeling the effects of it, still blinking, and then LeBron James was banged hard.
The hand.
Yep.
Hand in the face.
With the offhand. And then we'll see what happened with LeBron James.
He got a hand in the face.
Got the follow through.
Yeah.
So Paul George handing out some contact. Turner with it. George sends it for the lead. Paul George handing out more contact with a 3-ball.
But when he comes around that pick, somebody has to be there.
113-111 Indiana. George shoved LeBron James into that screen. Kyrie, tough follow-away. Nosa, rebound. Hustled for Kevin Love to dig it out. Another chance for the home whites. And a reset shot clock. Trying to get the tie of the lead. It's the lead. LeBron James, no. Indiana with a rebound. Under a minute to go.
Unbelievable.
Nate McMillan up at the timeline, orchestrating his offense. Another huge possession. Paul George trying to find some rhythm. LeBron cut him off. Ellis. Nowhere to go. Thompson blanking him. 24-second violation. Back at you.
The defense comes alive.
And Ty Lue calls a timeout. The clock favors the Cavaliers in terms of timing to try to go 2 for 1. But Tristan Thompson switched out.
Made him put it on the floor, and by that time it was too late.
You take it. No, it was your turn.
Yep, that's what you want at this point in the game, is confusion by your opponent.
But the Cavaliers' defense certainly deserves credit there, with LeBron staying attached to George and Thompson not budging with Ellis. As we talked about at the top of the telecast, these two All-Stars always put on a show, and tonight LeBron has outscored him by 9 on 15 of 26 from the floor. George, meanwhile, 11 of 24, as LeBron has guarded him virtually the entire night.
If the Cavs score this time, it's going to come down to defense again, because you know the Pacers are going to run the clock down and take their last second shot as close as they can on the shot clock so they can cut the time down. Cavaliers want to make sure that they attack the pick and rolls and they cover from the backside.
But here, do the Cavs try to take a quick shot in, say, the first 10 seconds? Well, let's take a look at the overtime review as Tristan Thompson got to the rim. Thaddeus Young with a shot clock buzzer going off. Then Kyrie Irving with the 3-ball. But then Monte Ellis snuck in the back door for the big-time follow-up. Irving to Thompson. But then Paul George with a huge 3. And the result is Indiana leading by 2. But back to my other question. Do the Cavs get off a quick shot, risking having a good shot, or do they just go to the flow of the offense and see what allows here?
I would say you got time, because there's enough time here to survey a quick one and see what you can get. If you can't get one, then you got to put it up because you want to have yourself an extra possession.
Oh, ball dislodged by Paul George. Now Indiana in the driver's seat. Cavaliers will get the ball back, but must get a stop. But a timeout for Indiana. With 18 on the shot clock, 31 to go on the game clock. But Paul George made the play.
Man. Yeah, it was just a soft, the pass came in a little bit too much of a floating pass, and the defender made a good play on the ball.
So at worst, the Cavs would get the ball back with 13 seconds left. But of more significance, trying to get another stop here.
Yeah, it was. The defense has been pressured, Fred, in these last 2 or 3 minutes. So maybe this is what they need to get themselves focused on that end of the floor for the rest of the season. But they've really had to come up with some stops, and they've done a good job to this point.
So Moondog getting the crowd juiced up for this defensive stance. See if Nate McMillan and company come up with a different look this time.
You know, it's going to be Paul George. They may try T in George in a pick and roll and then see if they can get CJ in one of the corners. But I believe Paul George will be the man at the top of the key with the ball.
Miles has sat quite a while. They have not gone to that T pick and roll in a while. See if that's what they chose to do. Pacers have 4 double-figure scores tonight, led by Paul George's 29. Nope, on the ISO again.
Yeah, you know that's going to be their bread and butter.
See if he waits for a screen. Here comes George. Step back. Rims out. Cavaliers with it. No timeout call. Down the floor. Chance to tie or perhaps win it here. LeBron sizes up PG-13. Going right at him. Spins away from trouble. JR, corner 3. Got it! 2:48 to go! His name is JR Swish!
Cavaliers do a great job of not panicking when they had an opportunity, waiting for the best shot. They find Swish in the corner, deep in the queue.
JR with one of his biggest regular season buckets as a wine and golden. We've all been waiting for him to get his stroke back. It's been 3 games in a row. How about this for money with a defender draped all over it?
When it counts, JR steps up big for the Cavaliers.
Again, if it ain't rough, it ain't right. As JR loves it with Teague all over him. And the 20,562 going nuts. But now, 2.8 to go and a 1-point lead to try to rescue this W.
The Cavs want to make it difficult for them to get the ball in, Fred. They don't want to have them get it in right at foul line. You want to make them get it away from the basket.
Cavs have a foul to give here. But it would have to be pristine timing because you don't want to foul, obviously, in the act of shooting.
Right.
2.8 to go. Can they afford to go on Paul George and an ISO again?
No, they can't. I don't think they can afford that. There's not much time left. They got to get it in and take a quick shot.
Shumpert, James, Smith, Thompson, Irving out there. Teague, Miles, George, Turner, and Ellis. Teague to inbound. Paul George sends it. No! Well, we got a foul on the Cavaliers with 1.4 to go.
Got a foul.
Tristan Thompson, as they had a foul to give. Or are they saying in the act of shooting? Oh, my goodness.
That's a 3.
Sure is. They're saying 2 on the floor, and I think that's what it was. Paul George's right foot was on the line.
Yeah,
It's going to be 2.
Gonna be 2.
So Paul George will step to the free throw line with a chance to put his team in front with 1.4 to go.
Man.
And George just happens to be the 4th best free throw shooter in the league at 90+%.
Well, when you look back at how many free throws the Cavaliers have missed,
Yep.
that is a sign that you can see why they're in this position.
They adjusted the clock to 2.1. Cavaliers still have a timeout, so they'll be able to inbound at mid-floor.
He missed it! Paul George missed it! Oh, my goodness.
At best, he gets a tie. A 90.4% free thrower.
Wow, sometimes, Fred, it gets a little tight around the collar.
20,562 leather lungs. Let them have it. He got it. But instead of a 1-point lead, we're deadlocked at 114, and the Cavaliers have a little house money to play with.
Wow, boy, oh boy, you did not expect him to miss those. One of those 2.
That's a shocker. Tristan Thompson still dismayed over his own foul that sent George to the free throw line. But now, the master, as we've seen in his days as a Cavalier coach, Ty Lue, and drawing up plays, scoring plays, out of timeouts with very little on the clock left.
You got to catch somebody with a catch and shoot. And right now, J.R. Smith is the one that has the feeling for it. He's the one that I try to get open for catch and shoot.
At the very worst, you want this thing to go to a second overtime. But J.R. with the guts of a burglar a moment ago hitting that one. But now let's see if the Cavs can get off a good shot. Plenty of time to get one off here, presumably. Indiana does have a foul to give, but I would doubt they'll try to commit it here. Love over the top, in deep, knocked away again by Paul George.
And I tell you, he's made 2 great defensive plays.
Sure has. And a timeout was called with 0.5 to go. As you saw Paul George defending, that pass had to be lower.
Yes, it had to be. It's too much of a floating pass.
Yeah, too much finesse there. Enabling George to react. And then Teague pulling in the ball. Maybe a bounce pass, although from Kevin's view, maybe he didn't have the angle to make a bounce pass.
But a more direct pass. And maybe the guy from out of bounds was keeping him from throwing it a direct pass. And so it's the defense that was good that time.
So they adjusted the clock again to 1.1. So plenty of time here for the Pacers to at least catch and shoot anyway and square up. Probably not time for a bounce. Whatever team wins this one, they're going to have to earn it.
Yeah, you're right.
Teague inbound right in front of us. Tough thing defensively is to stay away from a foul, as we saw a moment ago.
That's exactly right. But you don't want them direct passes in. You got to make them look for a pass or somebody to pass the ball to by trying to defend the first cut.
Here comes Teague. Wait for a cut. George flared out. A bounce? No! He did have time to put it in the wood.
He sure did.
Got to look at it. I'm sure he's still thinking about that free throw he missed a moment ago. But when you're playing double overtime, players on both sides have to have very short memories.
Yes, you do.
But watch it again.
He did a good job of chasing him around. He got a good look at it.
Yes, he did.
Couldn't quite get it to go down. Cavs move on for the next overtime.
Well, I can think of some basketball fans in Boston who are glued to this one, too. We're dead even. Double overtime coming up. We were tied at 104 at the end of regulation. Knotted at 114. So 10 apiece for both teams in the first extra 5 minutes. With more basketball to come here. LeBron James has played 47 minutes. Kyrie Irving 41. Paul George has played 43 minutes.
Well, at this time of year and what these games mean, it's not about rest now. It's about getting the job done, paying the price to get the job done.
So sweaty palms 2.0 now. As Tyler will send out his starting five of Thompson, James, Smith, Irving, and Love. C.J. Miles stays on the floor. Did not start the ball game. He's out there for Thaddeus Young. The other four starters, Teague, Ellis, George, and Turner.
And the way you want to start this third overtime, Fred, would be more of a positive on the offensive end. You want to try and get 2 possessions up early in the overtime.
So Thompson and Turner. A couple of Texas Longhorns, won by Indiana. Quick shots, rebound, box out by Kevin Love. He has scored the first bucket of the first overtime. Irving created space. Nope, short. Rebound, Thompson knocked it away. Another chance for the Wine and Golders. Irving trying to get to the rim, floats it up. No, too hard. Followed in by Tristan Thompson, who says, I got your back, Kai.
Whoa! Double T goes up way high to throw the hammer down.
So give Tristan Thompson 12 points. Cavaliers by 2. Back come the Pacers with Ellis running the play. Stopped on a dime, Thompson there. LeBron has been glued to George all night. Created space, missed it. Rebound to Kevin Love.
Now it's time to go. If you can get up 2 possessions now, big advantage in the overtime.
George 11 of 27 shooting. LeBron James to the hole, spins it up too hard. Reeled in by Paul George. Back and forth we go. And we could possibly be looking at a first-round playoff matchup. A lot of things have to happen. Here comes George against Kyrie Irving. See if he tries to shoot over the top. Takes it downstairs, the fadeaway. Got it, he was fouled. We're tied, and it could be a 1-point lead with Paul George going to the free throw line. That's a tough matchup for Kyrie Irving there.
That is.
With George at 6'9". Meanwhile, Tristan Thompson a moment ago.
Coming out of nowhere, moving without the ball.
Paul George, 1 shot.
And George doing a great job. That little step back move at his size. Tough to stop that shot.
No miss that time. 117, 116, Indiana, as George has 33. Kevin Love's only taken 8 shots in the ball game. Beat him here. Jump hook, got it.
Yeah, he has really
Right as
developed.
C.J. Miles.
He's developed that shot very well now. It has a lot of elevation on it when he shoots it.
He's a 53% shooter from hook shots. 118, 117. Teague kept it big. Love on a step out. Now switch. Teague will try to drive. No, he shoots it instead for 3. Rims it out. And LeBron James a box out.
Good defense by Love, keeping him in front of him.
Open floor. LeBron cut off. Irving puts it on the wood. Knocked it out of bounds. Cavaliers keep it. 16 on the shot clock.
The way this game is going, JR is going to be a big play in here, Fred, because everybody's so conscious with Kyrie and LeBron. JR is going to get some good opportunities if the Cavs can get him the ball.
LeBron sizes up George. Has him on the hot seat. Trying to get some rhythm here. Still has his dribble. Shot clock at 6. Tough step back. No. Rebound. Kevin Love puts it up and in.
They got the mouse in the house. And Love with the follow-up for 2.
An absolutely lovely second overtime for the Cavaliers as K-Love makes it 118, 117 with back-to-back buckets.
Cavaliers, to me, Fred, this is what they needed to get themselves back into focusing for a complete game. And this is perfect for a team that's ailing with understanding, and Love doing a good job of taking advantage of a smaller man with the rebound. Over the top, nice lay-in.
So Kevin now 6 of 10 from the floor, 15 points, 12 rebounds. Staying on the glass. So Indiana basketball in a one-possession game. What a heck of a contest it has been if you're here at the arena or at home watching on Fox Sports Ohio.
Well, if the Cavaliers were sleeping, they had to wake up tonight, and that's a good sign because they needed to have, some type of pressure on them to have to focus for a long period of time.
In case you missed it, if you did join in late and felt like you've missed out on all the fun, well, let's help you get caught up. C.J. Miles late in the fourth quarter put his team up 2. Then LeBron James, tough little fall-away banker. We went to overtime, tied at 104. Then Paul George in the extra frame, 6 of 3. But J.R. Smith, what a huge shot that gave him a 1-point lead. Paul George, after hitting 1 free throw instead of 2, missed the 3 ball. We went to the extra session. For the second extra session, Tristan Thompson on the smash, Kevin Love, a jump hook, and then the follow-up a moment ago off the LeBron James miss. I'm tired just watching the highlights. And we've been here for 2.5 hours.
Yes, and the marathon is not over yet.
Almost 3 hours, as a matter of fact. LeBron James, by the way, is yet to score. He's only taken 3 shots in the 2 overtimes. George sends it, hits it. Gunslinger 3 for Paul George. Give him 36. 120 apiece. Showing why he's one of the best players in the world, Paul George. What a duel between himself and LeBron. J.R. Smith sends it again for 3. He is fully back.
He is on target now, baby. J.R.
with 18 points.
He's the wild card I'm looking at right now.
He's trumped the Indiana Pacers a couple of times now with 3s. George backs out some space. Got it. 38 and counting for Paul George.
And I know what LeBron's frustrated with. Every time he gets caught on that pick with George, they let him go. The guy who's setting that pick, whose man is setting that pick, you've got to get out there.
Well, how about LeBron James and Paul George? 38 points apiece. Ball denial. They want to post up Kevin Love against C.J. Miles if they can. Plenty of time to go to work. Go right at it. The fadeaway. Got it! Kevin Love has got 3 buckets in the second overtime.
K-Love posting up in the low post. Turnaround jump shot. It's good.
125, 122 good guys. Coming up on a minute to play in the second extra frame. Paul George spins away, sends it. Oh, how huge has he been down the stretch? He's got 40, taking matters into his own hands. Forcing a Cavalier call timeout in a 125-124 game by George. The Pacers are not going away. J.R. Smith a moment ago. And the fan reaction is he drilled it. 3 exactly, in case you weren't sure at home. And then Kevin Love, again inside, again against Miles, who looks in dismay. So the Cavaliers have the ball in a 1-point lead.
Yeah, and now it's coming down to, I really believe this was going to go to either J.R. or Love because Kyrie and LeBron are going to be so well attended that one of those guys will get a good opportunity for a shot.
Well, Kevin Love has 17, J.R. Smith 18. All 5 Cavaliers starters in double figures. Fry with 10 off the bench. The big 3 tonight, 36, 84 points. And when they manage to get at least 70, they are almost unbeatable. But at 22-3 this year when they get 70. Kevin Love tonight, meanwhile, 7 of 11 all of a sudden for his 17 to go at 12 rebounds.
Yes, he's been solid, Fred, especially here in this overtime. But when you look at how things are going with the Cavaliers, in overtime, Love has been off the chart. I mean, he's scoring inside, he's taking advantage of opportunity, making some tough shots for the Cavs. What they want to do in the score time this time is make sure that they get something out of this possession, a foul or a basket. And you have to execute your plays, set good picks, and do what you have to do. You got a lot of firepower out there. Take advantage of it.
A game that's taking its physical toll and certainly its mental toll on players on both sides.
Yeah, but I think the Cavaliers needed this type of stress.
Good point.
They needed that because they were getting a little lethargic as far as how to win games and lose it and ending games.
This gets your attention, that's for sure. Kyrie gives it up LeBron. Square on three. The bottom for three. 3-0. Cavaliers lead by 4. He did it again.
LeBron James. Too deep in the cube.
George back the other way. Got it. As they continue their incredible final Imano. George with 43. LeBron with 41.
Yeah.
Shot clock at 10. LeBron against Teague. Will he back him down? Taking his time. Gives it up. Kevin Love sends it. Oh! Love is in the air at the cue. 26 and a half to go. Timeout. Mr. Double Overtime. Kevin Love to the rescue.
Yes, indeed. Love doing exactly what he needs to do on the perimeter.
How huge has he been in this second extra 5 minutes? As he's got 8 points in the second overtime. LeBron James a moment ago hit one. The Cavs now with 18 trifectas here tonight. Paul George sandwiched in between as he continues his incredible display. And then Kevin Love.
And Love being waiting to shoot the ball, using his legs up through the shoulders, knocking it down. Key basket.
But long from over here, as we've already learned tonight in this evening. 26 and a half left, but a 2-possession game. But great to see Kevin Love, who was patient all night. Had only taken 8 shots, if memory serves me correctly, through the first 4 quarters and overtime, and now has been perfect in his second OT. So he's got 20 so far for the ball game. So actually he's got 9 in this second OT. I got so many numbers and colors of ink on my sheet.
You're running out of everything,
Man, I'll
partner.
tell you. Can I borrow your hand?
Yeah, these two young men, LeBron and George, have put on quite a show in this game.
You know, it reminds me of the LeBron battle with Dwayne Wade several years ago when they both went for 40-plus, or in the playoffs when LeBron and Paul Pierce did the same thing.
Need a stop. Now, if LeBron gets caught in the pick, somebody has to step out there on George. You can't let him keep coming off that pick uncommitted.
Brooks in the corner. C.J. Miles, an escape dribble. Short! Rebound LeBron James! And they finally foul him with 16 and a half left as J.R. had leaked down the floor. Crowd delirious here as the Cavaliers will inbound the basketball. And a 4-point advantage. T got tangled up with Kyrie Irving. Should be a foul.
It should be a foul.
Or is it a timeout? It's the latter, a timeout. as Teague had a pretty firm grasp of Kyrie there. And had that whistle been a foul, the Cavaliers would have gone to the free throw line because the ball had not been inbounded. So, more strategy for both head coaches.
They're trying to get the ball in. Kyrie's being held. Look, he got his jersey.
Yeah,
he got his arm.
Yeah, he grabbed his arm.
Oh, man.
So, clock hasn't moved an inch. Cavaliers will, though, move into the forecourt. So LeBron will trigger it. I mean, everybody on their feet here. Trying to close this one out. Kyrie Irving came to the ball, and Teague definitely found him again. This time it was detected.
They almost pulled Kyrie's jersey out of his pants.
Well, we know the jersey stretches. Of course, the fans right in our direct line pointing the other way. They haven't moved, so we've been calling this game off the monitor. It's pretty good. So we're seeing it as well as you folks at home are. But we get it. A lot of angst in the building right now as Kyrie Irving at the free throw line. Gets the first. Now a late defensive substitution. Kevin Love gets plenty of depth, though, as he comes to the...
Oh, he's been huge. He's been huge in this last overtime. He's been right on the money.
They're not up by 5 without him, that's for sure.
No.
Hit the big three to go with the 3 2-pointers. An adjustment to the clock. One more for Kyrie. Gets it again. We mentioned the stat before, but career overtime free throwing, he's now 45 of 46. That's just sick.
Yeah, that's shooting free throws the way you're supposed to shoot your free throws.
In career overtime games.
Yes, you're right.
To only miss one. So the Cavs now with a 6-point lead, leading 133 to 127. LeBron James, our key bank player of the game, and I'm sure in the Indiana telecast it goes to Paul George. But LeBron with 41, 15, and 11 as he gets his triple-double the hard way. 11th of the year, 53rd of his career. And when he gets the triple-dub, the Cavs are 39 and 13 lifetime. And now 16 and a half seconds away from making it 40 and 13. What a show by these two guys here tonight.
You're right. They put on a gallant effort by both of them, Fred. I mean, look at those numbers. They're off the chart.
George has 19 of their 23 points in the 2 overtimes. They run Shumpert back out there. As C.J. Miles windbound. Stacked up along that lane line. George turns. Finally missed one. Rebound into the hands of Teague. Miles called for it, looking for some contact. Stops the clock with 8 seconds left. We're not done yet.
My goodness.
3 free throws coming for C.J. Miles.
It just keeps getting more and more pressure added to the bottom line here. Both teams going at it very strong. They get an opportunity for 3 shots.
Gets the first one to go. Gets the second. Hey, bring your dog to the Monsters game Sunday, April 9th for Pucks and Paws Night presented by Levin Furniture. Dog tickets only $5 and include a player and pup poster. For tickets, visit clevelandmonsters.com. Your monsters are powered by Constellation. So Miles makes 3 times. And they foul Kyrie Irving. Stops the clock with 7.1.
Number 21, retaliation. His third personal. Penalty.
Can he continue this free throwing near perfection?
Well, Kyrie, this is times that he lives for, to be able to put a game away from the free throw line. So I'm expecting 2 makes here.
Kyrie Irving.
And he's talked about that, living in the moment, and primarily about fourth quarters, not just overtimes, but living for those moments where the game's on the line. Gets the first. (134-130). That was the big one, making it a two possession game. Got it. 7 seconds left. Teague will launch. A line and go winner. The circuitous way. Cavaliers 135. Indiana 130. And a double overtime classic. And a warm show of respect between the 2 All-Stars, LeBron James and Paul George, who combined for an epic 84 points here tonight.
Oh, boy, they were fantastic, Fred. I mean, they both just they gave everybody everything they wanted on both ends of the floor.
Jeff Phelps and Campy Russell almost took it personally as we had a game that had more twists and turns than a Stephen King novel. But they're ready to go. They've had plenty of time to rehearse for Cavaliers' live postgame. Allie will have a guest on the floor. It's all coming up next.